Alright, what is going on, my dude? So I guess we're doing the Ultimate Showcase videos out of order since I did Phoenix before this one and she was my most recent rank 3, but it doesn't really matter. We got the Dino dude up at rank 3, and I'm pretty excited about it, man. This guy is really cool. He's still level 1. Gotta get some more Mutant ISO for this guy. It has been a struggle, I'm not gonna lie, to get all the Mutant ISO for all these Mutant rank ups, man. But Sauron pulled and duped him on the same day, on July 4th. Super exciting, super cool. It's always fun getting new champions. It's always fun duping those new champions right away as well. And then it's even more fun ranking them up right after it all happens. So yeah, Sauron was a champion. I was super excited when he was announced. I had fun playing with him and testing him initially. He's not the best at all, especially in the mutant class, but he's cool. I think he's definitely gonna like have his uses in battlegrounds and other stuff like that, you know? So yeah, man, we got some cool gameplay today. We have something like 11, 12 endgame bosses, some other stuff as well, and we're gonna have an absolutely good time. So let's go over some synergies that we're using in this video, and honestly, man, they don't do much for him, and I'll explain why as we build them. But essentially, this is the team right here. Airwalker popping onto the Phoenix team, popping onto the Sauron team. He's pulling his weight, man. He's really pulling his weight. But yeah, this is like, look at this. When landing a dash attack, the bleed damage inflicted now does 100% more damage, and the duration increases by 20%. All right, I'm not gonna lie, that's better than I thought it was. I thought I thought it was 20% more damage. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, but that's like, you know, that bleed is there for like very short amount of time. So it's like cool. It's like an additional medium attack, you know what I mean? So it's definitely not that big of a deal at all. But that synergy, really good for Airwalker, by the way. All right, over here with Toad, we have inflict a bleed passive, dealing 15% of attack rating as direct damage over 6 seconds on the final hit of a heavy attack. Not bad. We're not really doing heavy attacks, and also, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, we just got Apocalypse, and we're going to make him a horseman throughout most of this video, which is actually debatable if he's better with that or without, because the way Sauron works, you might not even know, because he's a very underappreciated champion. Basically, whenever one of his abilities fail to work, he gains a prowess, and Apocalypse is going to make those abilities work more often, you know? Now, it does definitely increase, you know, his overall prowess damage on his special attacks and everything. That's definitely nice. And I also do like the abilities triggering a little bit more often. That way, it just keeps me in my loop of like throwing my specials when I want to throw them, if that makes any amount of sense at all. But yeah, man, let's jump right into it today. I'll give you a quick list of his utilities. He's completely immune to poison, 95% resistant to bleed, also immune to like power steal as well. Yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff going on, man, to be honest. Just his damage is a little bit on the lower side, literally the only thing holding him back. He has a bunch of utility. He's very simple and easy and smooth to play. It's just that the damage is low, but that's okay. We're gonna jump into it today, starting with Act 6.1.5 Crossbones. He's actually so good for this fight. Now, one of the best options in the entire game for this fight, even back when it was still Biohazard, is Omega Red. Why? Because, you know, Biohazard, bleed, and poison. Omega Red benefits from that, but also now it just inflicts poison on you. Well, Sauron, he's going to go ahead and just not get that poison at all, right? Now, as you can see, there's a little degen going on right now. We're going to call it like a dino degen for this video. I think it's actually called like extinction mode or something, which totally makes sense because he's a dinosaur. But as you can see, after one special 2, Crossbones down below 50% health. Now, of course, Act 6 was just recently nerfed quite a bit. Yeah, it's still not too bad at all, man, to just rinse right through this guy. This is definitely a problem fight for a lot of people. We are a horseman here, but like I said, we don't need to be a horseman to get the bleed immunity or anything like that. So he definitely does not need to be a horseman for pretty much any of these fights. It's just to make his special attack damage a little bit better. One thing I love about Sauron also, very suicide friendly, which is just great because I love to run the Suicide Masteries. His animations are absolutely amazing. So that's just, yeah, he definitely is just a nice, fun champion to use for casual stuff and also for specific stuff as well. He really rinsed through Crossbones like it was nothing, man. Flushed him right down the toilet, one might say. Dude, my mustache, like, will not just stop itching every single part of my face right now. I don't know what is going on. I'm gonna go shave. I'm gonna shave the whole thing off. But Up next, we have 6.2 Mordo, dude. Now, Sauron definitely not the best option for this guy, but he can totally do it, man. You know, Sauron doesn't have buffs, and this Mordo has spite and all that other fun stuff. So as long as we don't gain buffs and we just keep things under control, we're going to be okay here, you know, and we're going to take it slow and steady. This seems like a really solid spot to talk about all the things that, like, how you want to play him, how he works. So basically, like I said, on a light attack, he has a % chance to do an extra bit of damage, right? And when that fails, you gain a prowess, okay? Now, when you get 10 prowess, 11 when you're a horseman, because you have that one, you enter extinction mode, you enter dino mode, okay? Dinosaur passive, okay? And then that is going to be really good because it makes all of your extra effects 100% guaranteed to proc. Now, on the special 2, you're going to get an additional burst of damage, okay? And when you go for the special 1, you're going to get a nice bit of lifesteal. Now, okay, you want to ideally put those two things together, and that's where the issues with Sauron arise. That's where it's like, well, he doesn't always work, like, super well, because, like, the issue with him is his values are too short and his damage is too little. If you just increase the length of all of his passives, and if you just make him a little bit less stressful to play in that way, and you just increase his damage as well, it's gonna be really good. It's all he needs. It's all he needs. He needs a value buff. He's a prime candidate for it, in my opinion. It seems like it'd be super duper easy to do. Just bump him up like that, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. He's a very simple champion. It's get to your 10 prowess, activate extinction mode, activate dino mode, right? Dino degen. And then you want to essentially go for a dash attack to put the passive bleed on the defender. And then once you have that on, go for the special 2. And if you crit, it's gonna be nice, you know? And then ideally, you want to be right under the special 3 when that happens. So that way you can go right for a special 2 as well. And special attacks are going to pause the dino degen. And yeah, you can keep those passives going, and you can have the increased burst damage on the light attack with a 100% guaranteed chance to do the burst damage when you're in extinction mode. And then go for the special 1, and then you're going to have the increased burst damage, and you're healing from it as well. So you're healing back the recoil damage too. So yeah, his kit works nicely together. It's just that the durations on those passives and on the extinction mode are way too short, along with the damage being a little bit too little as well. Not for nothing, in Nerfed Act 6, really good. So, you know, really good there, just throwing it out there. But yeah, let's just, when there's no nodes, let's take him, like, by himself, let's just take a look, you know, how you want to play him, like I said. And yeah, let's just go over how he works, man. Because, like, no one really uses Sauron, you know what I mean? So I want to pretty much go over how he works here. So as you can see on the light attacks, right? When there's that extra burst of damage, the 749 there, we're not going to gain a prowess on that. But when there isn't, we gain the prowess, okay? And now, when you're at 7 or above and you do a medium attack, a dash attack, or a heavy attack, you're going to go unblockable. Now, that's really, really great when, like, you need to, like, go in for now. Boom, there's the bleed. That's another problem with this kit, is that I feel like I go unblockable when I don't want to, then I don't have it when I need it. But as you can see, Dino Degen is paused, right? The burst damage is increased, going for a special 1 now, and here comes some more Dino Degen, pause, and now we have both passives, but you see the first passive fell off. That's bad. That's not good. Passives should be paused while Dino Degen is active. That needs to be the fix, okay? So yeah, that's the issue with Sauron. Because, yeah, look at this, below 50% of Winter Soldier, we're running suicides, we used 2 special attacks, we're at 97% health, and Winter Soldier's down 275,000 health. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's going to be really good for, like, shorter stuff. Like, if we look at, like, you know, the Deadpool that we always do, that's, like, it's prime for that. You know, so if you're going through event quests, if you're going through a side quest, Sauron's going to be really good for that. This is why I ranked it specifically, like, for Battlegrounds, because, like, that health pool, right? We went, like, 60 seconds against Winter Soldier there, special 2, special 1, and he was down 275,000 health. That's more HP that's ever really going to be present in Battlegrounds. And now going into this next July Battlegrounds is 90 seconds in there, and that fight was 60 seconds, you know? So yeah, you just go right in, you go for your light attacks, you're gonna play aggressive in Battlegrounds. Here comes the Dino Degen, go in, boom, there's the bleed passive, go for the special 2, bam! And yeah, Deadpool's almost dead there. We can go right in, go for the increased burst damage, and the special 1 is gonna kill him right off if he's not dead before that. So that's the thing, man. It's like, he's good for those smaller health pools. The larger the health pool get, you're going to have less fun there. Now, before we jump into the next fight, let's talk about his SIG ability real quick. After the start of the fight, of course, after the start of the fight, if the opponent attempts to inflict a bleed, or I guess nodes they'll put at the beginning, attempts to inflict a bleed, or incinerate effect while a degeneration passive is active, you can't have that at the start of the fight. Cut that line. In the value buff, cut that line. Inflicted the opponent with the passive version of that effect, dealing 8,000 damage over 2 seconds. That's at SIG 20. That is really solid, man. And we're gonna jump into 6.3 Nick Fury now, and this is where like some of his unique utility comes into play. What makes him so good for like Biohazard. This is what made him so good for like Eternity of Pain Crossbones. Because when we have Dino Degen active, I'm gonna keep calling it that because I really like it. When we have Dino Degen active and we get a bleed, for example, here when we hit Nick Fury's block, we are going to get a bleed on us because of the Shank node, and that's going to put the passive on him, and that's going to be great. But only when Dino Degen is active. That's the thing. So I wish that was like another thing. Like that could be another little bump to his utility there. It should be like, I don't know, always. You know, you know what I mean? It should just be always. So here comes the Dino Degen. We're going to go for a special 2 here. Okay, we're pausing the Dino Degen. We got the bleed from having the 10 prowess. You know, I feel like while Dino Degen is paused, the bleed should also be paused. You know, it's just like a lot of little things on him that aren't the best. You know, it's like they're good. It's not bad. But it's just like, hey, just tweak these little things, and then he'd be so much better, you know? Like, there's nothing about him that's overpowered at all. That there's a bunch of things that just need to be tweaked. You know what I mean? Here, shout out to the Horseman ability there. Nice. But yeah, we have 9 prowess, 10 prowess, and here comes the Dino Degen once more. And what's great about the Dino Degen, nice, right into the block right there. Beautiful by me. But what's great about the Dino Degen is that it's passive. What's great about his bleed is that it's passive. All of his stuff is passive, which is great as a mutant champion against the skill champions who like to shrug your stuff. That's good. You know what I mean? But yeah, this Nick Fury, it's going down pretty nicely. I mean, it's very important to point out here that Sauron is at a solid, pretty much 100% health, and the bleed is doing nothing but healing us, which is just very, very nice. Dino Degen is now back on Nick Fury. Let's go in for the special 2. Can we get a crit? No crit, but that is okay. Here, you see the passive bleed on him. The passive bleed from the SIG ability did some good stuff there. Check it out. So we're going to go in here, boom, pause the Dino Degen. We got the little baby bleed on now, but now, because of Shank, check it out, it's the big number. Yeah. That's some good stuff right there. That is certainly some good stuff right there. Sauron is actually a villain champion, so in variant 6 that you get the big benefit from being a villain champion, here we have Daredevil Hell's Kitchen, which has Biohazard, which is really, really great for us, obviously, because Biohazard, we're immune to it, and we just benefit from the bleed of anything, man. We're gonna have constant healing, which is great. You love that, man. You always love healing. You always love it. And we're just taking this fight slow and steady. This was an interesting fight, man, when it came out. You know, I remember that people were having trouble with this one back in the day. Now, of course, there are a lot more counters for this one, but we're going to go for the special 2 here. Nice. Dino Degen is paused. Bait out the special 2 here. We're going to go right in with the special 1 every time we get a bleed on us while the Dino Degen is active. Check it out. We're going to have a very nice bleed on him. Where is it? Did we just do like 5 combos without getting a bleed? There we go. There's that nice bleed, man. Taking him down very nicely. So 1 Dino Degen lasted this entire fight. That was prime. That was really, really solid, man. Super duper solid there, what that was. So let's go for a bit of a skill fight here. And by skill, I mean against a mutant, but this is definitely a skill fight. This is the Weapon X and 7.1. So this is definitely a tough fight. So let's see if Sauron could do it, okay? This is going to be, you know, we got to dance around as unblockable, dance around as unstoppable, his regen, his other stuff like that. You know, another thing that Sauron has, actually, I forgot to mention, is that he can't have his regeneration rate, I believe, reversed or messed with, but like despair or stuff like that. And that is going to come into play in a later fight. Just keep that in mind. I just forgot to mention it. But yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm building up my power, and I'm trying my best to like not trigger the 10 of the prowesses yet, because I don't want the unblockable yet. I don't want to go into Dino Degen yet. I want to go into it like now. Okay, so we're gonna go in, boom, unblockable. I don't know why I didn't throw the special 2, but here we go. We threw it now. Bam, not too bad. Weapon X down to 75% health. It's gonna be regenerating some of that for sure. Dino Degen still active. It is still going. All right, so at this point, we're going to bait out a special attack. He's going to go into rage mode once more. Now, we have to talk about Sauron's special 3. Basically, every time one of his personal passives expire, you see the counter there, 18? That's because 18 of his personal passives have expired. That's either from the special attacks, from the fury, from the heavy attack, from the prowess, just in general. All that stuff. Personal prowess expire, they go to that counter. Stacks up to 30, and then the special 3 is going to put a nice solid degen on based on that number. So once we get to 30, we are going to use the special 3, okay? But here, I'm just going to go ahead and use these prowesses after I bait out a special 2 and activate Dino Degen. There we go. Bleed. Bam. Special 2. Give me a crit. Nope. Yeah. But yeah, he's on at 50% health. We're just keeping this rotation going. Going for the special 1 here. Very, very nice. Can we bait out the special 1 from this guy? Gonna hit into his block a little bit for some of that burst damage, because all of his passive effects do work when you hit the block. Come on, give me the special 2, Weapon X. There we go. And again, now we're at 30 of our passive. So we're going to build up to our special 3, and then we're going to go for it, okay? So what's great about Weapon X when he's Berserk is that he's very aggressive, and I can build up my power here just like this and not really worry about, like, anything. I know I can keep intercepting and everything, you know? It's going to be really great. I can build up close to the special 3. He's going to be regenerating every single thing that we throw at him. Does not really matter, okay? Come on. Let's keep it going. We're at 10. We're at 10 of our prowesses. So this is where we're going to watch out. We're not throwing our light attacks yet because we don't want the Dino Degen until after we bait out the special 1. Here it comes. Here it comes right there. And now we're going to go full combo. We got the Dino Degen. We're going to back off. We're going to go in, get the passive bleed. Nice. And now we're going for the special 3 at max stacks. Okay. He's at 37%. And he's going to go all the way down to 25%, and then we got a nice little degen going. Now, this degen as well is definitely not too bad, but it's also not too amazing. You know, it can definitely be amazing in the right scenario, and I'm going to show you a fight where it's really, really good. Also, keep in mind this Weapon X has like 700,000 health, so that did do a decent amount of damage, like probably like 120k total, something like that, I would imagine. I don't really know. I have to do the math on it. But yeah, you know, like I said, I feel like after all that build up, it should be a little bit nicer. And of course, you know, the next fight that I show you, it's going to look much, much, much nicer and much more fun, right? But here we're going for the special 1, right? We should have just went for the special 2, but he's about to just die anyway. So yeah, man, Sauron, not too bad. Not the best Weapon X fight, right? But definitely could do it. This is a really fun one. This is Flare, Man-Thing, okay? Also high energy diet. So if we go for any special attacks with the special 1 or the special 2, he's going to be healing that damage back because we do like a little bit of the beam, right? And that's like energy damage. So what I want to do here, keep in mind there's flare that would kill us. However, we are immune to poison. So we're not going to get poisoned, but we are going to have armor breaks, which we are going to heal from. So we're not going to die all the way from flare. So, Flare also increases our damage, which is really fun. It's power shield here, so we're not going to be, you know, doing any damage on basic hits. The Dino Degen will certainly do some damage, but this guy has like 800,000 health. What I want to do is build up my passives, and we can skip to it a little bit, because, I mean, you get the point, right? That's where Flare took us all the way down, you know? But I want to build up my 30 passives, just like I did against Weapon X. And then we're going to take advantage of this while Flare is up, okay? Power shield flare. Let's see how fun the special 3 is going to be. From 96% with 11 prowess down to 53%, and here comes the degen. Not too bad. So from 100% basically down to 14%, and then one special attack will just finish this guy right off. So yeah, this was a really, really fun fight to do with Sauron, to be entirely honest. And this is where I'm like, he's got some interesting utility where he's definitely like pretty solid in the right scenario. But he just doesn't have like the damage to come out swinging right away. And that definitely turns a lot of people off, no doubt about that. And it's, you know, like, listen, why would I use Sauron when I can use, like, you know, my rank 4 Kitty Pryde, or I can use Omega Red, or another mutant champion like Apocalypse, or somebody who's going to have a large amount of damage, you know? Like, I totally understand that. But I actually like him for, like, battleground stuff. I feel like he has a nice amount of utility and good enough damage for battlegrounds where he's going to also mess people up on defense, where it's going to be really solid for that. So, poison immune, right? This is Meltdown Eye Bomb, and the same quest as the Man Thing in 7.2. And yeah, the poison immunity is really huge, man. It's a very important hole to have filled in your roster, you know? And of course, again, Omega Red, better for this fight. But this is a video about Sauron, man. Maybe you have Sauron and you don't have Omega Red. And also, Omega Red needs to be high sig, and Sauron can be unduped. So there's one little plus one Sauron. You know, he can do all this pretty much undupe. That's cool, dude. You know? Also, look, we can bait out the special 2 from Eye Bomb. Doesn't even matter. Now, this is when I was talking about he can't have, like, his regen rate modified, right? So there's a Petrify on us, and we're just, like, healing. We're just healing like crazy, man. Doesn't even matter. We're healing from that. We're healing from the weakness. Doesn't even matter, man. Doesn't even matter. So, yeah. One special 2. Took him down below 75% health. So, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not the best, but it's also not too bad. It seems like that's kind of like the theme of this video, I think. I think it's the theme of Sauron in general, man. Not the best, but not too bad. You know? I like it. I like it. So yeah, this one's almost done here. I think we get the point. It's been about like 3 minutes watching this fight. Guess what? Spoiler alert, we won the fight. We totally won the fight. Not too bad. Let's go to a fun one here. This is Moleman, Bleed Vulnerability, Foresight Moleman in Act 7.2. Okay? Now, Sauron's really good for this one, man, because for Bleed Vulnerability, his bleeds are passive. That means that Moleman has no chance to ever shrug them off, okay? So what we're going to try and do here is line up a Dino Degen with Foresight when we can get a bleed on, go for a nice, big, juicy special 2. That's going to be the goal here. There's also the node that puts the Unstoppable on us and on Moleman when, you know, depending on where we are in relation to each other. So we're at 6 prowess, 7, 8. Come on, we got to get our way up to our 10 or 11 prowess, really. Wait out the Unstoppable. Nice little light intercept there. Here comes the special 2. Not too bad. Moleman down to 50% health. We got the Bleed Vulnerability and the Foresight. Go for the special 1 as well. Too bad he was very close to a special 3, and also he had the Unstoppable going, so I could not continue hammering away. But that was like a perfect setup, and it was very, very solid right there, man. Super duper solid. But yeah, Moleman, down 35% health. All we gotta do is go for one more special 2, and we should be good to go here. The Foresight is definitely super great. I feel like I really enjoy intercepting with Sauron. I like his medium dash, his little poke with his beak. I think it's really cool. Also, his light attack feels like it has like a nice enough reach as well, that it feels super duper safe going for those light intercepts, which I like. You know, trying to bait out a special 2 from this guy. There we go. We got the Unstoppable once more. All right. Can we get the intercept? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I want to get the bleed on this guy as well, but we're going to wait out the Unstoppable. Actually, we got the Unstoppable. We got the Unstoppable there. Got the Unblockable there. Come on, man. We did not get the Dino Degen. The special 2 did not crit. He's still alive, unfortunately, but he's about to go down in one more special 1. Not too bad. So, up next, we have Namor. Namor in 7.4, and this one has Biohazard as well, dude. I really do like him for Biohazard. He's very fun on Biohazard, man, because of that interaction, man. You know? So this is like a 750,000 health Namor, and let's see how we can do. Let's just see how we can do against this guy with the Biohazard, man. Okay? So, of course, just like always, every fight is very similar, man. We want to get close to a special 3, right? We want to activate that Dino Degen at the proper time. We want to go for the special 2 into the special 1. We have Dino Degen active. We're going to back up so we can get the bleed. Bam! Just in time. And that was a nice juicy special too. The last part didn't crit, unfortunately. When the last part crits, it crits really nicely, like 45k plus, man. So if they all crit, we're looking at like 100k special too, which is not bad. The bleed from the biohazard on the SIG is really, really solid, man. It's very solid. All right. So yeah, one Dino degen cycle and Namor is down below 50% health. That's solid to me, man. So you go through the rotation 2 times and look at our health. We're at like a solid 100% health pretty much, man. I don't know where that degen's from. I didn't really read the nodes. I just know that it was biohazard, right? So yeah, he got pushed to his special 3 from Imperious Rex or whatever. So Imperious Rex was coming up, so I went for the special 3 a little bit early. That's okay, just for a little bit of safety there, because I didn't want to throw him the special 3. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. This is a very solid fight. We went for the heavy attack to get rid of some of those prowesses, so you kind of want to use them as currency, right? We got that bleed healing us. Dino degen is active. Back up. Get the bleed ticking down very nicely. Here comes the special 2. Can we go for the special 1? Can we get some bleeds? Yes, we can, man. We took some massive damage back from Namor Sig right at the end there, but this guy absolutely crushed this fight, dude. Up next, we have Elsa in 7.3. As you can see, she's starting at 89% health because I totally messed up the first time that I went in. I went for like a heavy attack, and when you knock her down, it's the node where like they'll evade you, and I went to like trigger the evade, but she just like comboed me to death, right? Right after, man. I was like, holy crap. So you can see, I every time in this video when she has that little evade counter, I'm like, all right, I'll back off. Just that's fine. Yeah, I didn't feel like going through the thing again and do it again. But yeah, so Sauron is definitely pretty fine for this fight, man. You know, it wouldn't be in the video if he wasn't. But yeah, taking this one nice, slow, and steady. We got that class advantage. And as you can see, the passive damage is nice when you get that crit. You know, it's like a nice like 2k on a 4k crit, which is very, very nice here. You know, we're gonna go for the Dino degen into the special 2. Bam! A nice crit as well. Let's watch that crit back. Let's watch the whole special 2 back. That was nice. Also, she has tenacity here, which is great. Check it out. 18k, 18k, 50k. It's not bad when you crit, man. So she has tenacity, which is great as a horseman because they're gonna go unblockable. You'd love to see that. Here, waiting out that evade. You got the unblockable from the tenacity. Freaking awesome. Freaking dope. You know, the special 2 did us good, man. Took off about 40% health. We just got to go for one more of those, and we're going to be pretty much good to go here. So we're at 6 prowess. I'm always watching my prowess, so I know what's going on. So I know what I have to do. She's well under a bar of power. I can go for a full combo here. I can get my Dino degen. Go right for the special 2. No crit. Down to 24% health, though. I would love to get a special 1 off and pause that Dino degen before that evasion is gone. Can I get it? Let's see. Can we get it? Just in time, we've paused the Dino degen. Nice. But yeah, we can't capitalize from it. We can't get the lifesteal from it because we can't hit her while she has that evade going on, and she's got tenacity, so I can't pause her. So yeah, this is definitely a bit of a rough Elsa fight. I don't do this fight too often because it actually is pretty rough, man, to be entirely honest. There's a lot going on. She goes unstoppable every few seconds, but oh my god, one thing I forgot to mention is that unstoppable, the duration is decreased by like half a second with every prowess that you have. It lasts for 5 seconds. Nice. It lasts for 5 seconds normally, but so at 10 prowess, she's not going to go unstoppable, which is great, man. She's just great. Let's finish her off with the special 2. Solid. Really solid for this fight, man. I definitely think he was super solid for that. We have one more fight, one more skill champion. I like this guy against skill champions, man. I feel like he counters them like pretty nicely with the passive stuff and everything. This is Kingpin in 6.2. Of course, like I said, Act 6 was just nerfed, man. So we have a nice balance of Act 7 and Act 6 stuff in here. And I feel like everything in this video he did very effectively, even if it was not the speediest for like the 700,000 plus health pools, like I-Bomb, right? But yeah, I feel like he's solid. He's solid. And I feel like when I'm looking at him, I'm saying to myself, like, yo, this guy could be really good, not busted, not broken, but really good with a couple of tune-ups, man. Just, he could be really super solid. Nice special 2. Oh, nice, beautiful special 2 here, man. Yeah, his damage is perfect for all of Act 6 now, man. This is a boss. This is a boss, all right? So basically, the rotation of Special 2, Special 1 would have killed the boss if we got the Special 1 off. So after the nerf to Act 6, Sauron, really good for it, man. He just is. That's life. That's how it is now. Sauron, good for Act 6. Number 1, Act 6 champ, 69% confirmed. But yeah, nice. Good stuff, man. It's fun to see him being pretty effective, man. He's a fun champion to use. He really is. So yeah, man. Is Sauron the most OP mutant champion in the game? Hell no, dude. Is he fun to use? Yeah. Can he possibly fill some nice roster spots for you if you don't have those holes covered? I personally think he can. I think he's worth a second look for you. I'm really excited to mess with him in Battlegrounds, dude, because I feel like both him and Toad really good for Battlegrounds. I mean, look at that Kingpin fight. For a perfect example, you go for the Special 2. He was down to 25% health. That fight's got like 300,000 health. So that's like probably max of what we're going to be seeing in Battlegrounds. And he was stun immune, he had destructive feedback, he had increased power gain. So with Battlegrounds, there aren't any like super duper restrictive nodes, except when there's like, you know, safeguard and stuff like that. But in general, I think he's going to be a solid attacker on offense, man, for Battlegrounds. So I'm super duper excited for it. I do think that's where he's going to shine. Obviously, when I take him up against, you know, the I-Bomb with 700,000 health, yeah, it's going to be not as fun and impressive as the other fights. No doubt about it. But yeah, you want to use champions where they're meant to be used. And I do think Battlegrounds are going to be solid for this guy. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop your boy a big ol' like. Comment what you think about Rank 3 Dino Dude in the comment section below. And make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future Dino Dude gameplay coming to you in the future. I'll be seeing you around, man.